hearing me say to you, but because today you girls sitting here before me have finished your training with us and are about to leave Hogarth, I shall take the liberty of saying to you once more, children need to be wanted. Children need to be wanted. They most certainly do not need to be unwanted. They do not need to be rejected, nor do they need to be disapproved of. Children who are made to feel any of these things will grow up to believe the world is an unhappy place, that they are not lovable people, and that life is not in any way worthwhile. And you will have failed. You will notice I said when referring to your charges, children, not your children. This is because, as you know, here at Hogarth, we do not in any way encourage the belief that because you are given charge of a baby or of a child, that that baby or child becomes yours by some sort of inalienable right. Of course, you will, for a great deal of your time working within families, be expected to replace your charge's parents, which, as you quite well realize, is an enormous responsibility. You will have been invited to do so. It is in the very nature of your job. But let me remind you that when you play that role, you do so as understudies, not as leading players, which is something you must never expect to be, unless perhaps you get married and have children of your own. In your 18 months here with us at Hogarth, you should by now have learned your nursing skills and theories, and even a little of modern psychology, which we have recently introduced. I will, however, offer you one more word of advice, practical advice, before you leave, which was something passed on to me by the nanny who trained me. When preparing to leave for your new job, she told me, do not forget to pack your silver-backed hairbrushes. It never fails to impress the servants.
Told me you was trained on real babies, Lily.
Of course I did, Mum.
Oh, I don't think that's proper. Where do these babies come from, anyhow?
Still bring them. The college advertises for them, actually, Mrs. Chatfield. They come from all over the place.
I don't think that's proper.
At least they get looked after properly when they're here.
We each take a baby for a month and we do everything for it, everything. Just as if it was our very own.
What do you think, Mrs. Guston? Did you know they use proper babies?
Oh, Janet did say, didn't she, Father? I remember,
yes,
she did say.
yes.
I really don't know what you're going on about, Mum. I mean, they get looked after here.
But what about when they leave here? In fact, the way it's organised, the little ones, the babies, they don't know who their mother is. Or indeed, even if they've got a mother.
Or a father.
So why didn't you turn up, Dad? It would have been much easier all round if you'd simply said no when I asked you.
Well, I had that pain again, Messiah. I couldn't possibly have travelled.
When you have that pain, it's usually in the other side. There. Anyway, I knew you wouldn't come.
Oh, well, if you knew I wouldn't come, you shouldn't have bothered to ask me, should you?
You made your feelings quite clear when I started out on my training. Something wrong with your food?
Too much fat on the meat.
Dad, I cut all the fat off. And that's your 4th beer. You know, Dr. Granger said you weren't to have more than a pint an evening.
Doctors are about as much use as nannies.
Do you want some pie? It's apple.
What on earth inspired you suddenly to want to become a nanny? God alone knows what your poor mother would have made of it. If your poor benighted mother had been alive, she'd turn in her grave.
I take it you don't want any pie, then?
I suppose it's because you couldn't have any babies of your own. How many children's that husband of yours got now? Well, it's of course 2, so it certainly wasn't Archie's fault.
As a matter of fact, I don't really want any children of my own, not anymore.
Don't be so silly. Of course you do. What woman in her right mind doesn't? Your mother would have had 3 dozen had she been spared.
You might find this difficult, quite probably impossible to understand, Dad, but I did want children when I was married to Archie. I wanted them very badly. But now I don't. Now I want to look after children. And I don't mind whose.
You don't mind who?
No, of course not. Children are children.
Little monsters, most of them.
Well, that depends how you see them. Whether you just see them, or whether you see what they are. Nurse Gray. I have an appointment with Lady Fitzpaine-Cheddon.
I will inform her ladyship of your arrival.
Thank you. My appointment is for 12 o'clock.
I will inform her ladyship you have arrived. If you will kindly come this way. Dorothy will show you where you ought to go.
This way, please, Nanny.
Yes?
I've brought the nanny up to see you, milady.
Brought, Dorothy.
Yes, milady. Like as you requested.
Thank you, Dorothy.
Thank you, milady.
Afraid I've forgotten your name.
Gray, Lady Cheddon. Barbara Gray.
You're the one who's only just finished her training.
I finished my training 2 weeks ago.
Hogarth Training College, one seems to remember.
Yes, that's right.
Somewhere in Surrey, isn't it? Ghastly county, Surrey. All that gorse.
We didn't have a lot of time to explore the countryside, I'm afraid.
Absolutely ghastly lot of frogs. Can you imagine? Most girls who've just come out of training college are usually considerably younger than you, wouldn't you say?
Well, there were others of my age at Hogarth, Lady Cheddon.
Really? But one should imagine most of them were considerably younger, yes? Yes, well, they would be, wouldn't they? What did one do before one was trained? One wasn't in jail or anything ghastly, was one? A chum of mine had a nanny, not far from here, actually. Found out later it served 5 years in Holloway. Can you imagine? Ran off with the family silver. Absolutely ghastly. So, what did you do?
I worked in a house.
Really? Oh, it's perfectly all right. I'm not infectious or anything ghastly like that. I just must rest. One's not really very strong. Apparently, one hasn't really recovered since the birth. You know how it is. One just doesn't seem to be able to get one's proper strength back. So, you worked in a house. I don't remember that from your report from the college.
Well, I worked for Mr. Archie Harris.
Really?
Yes. For 10 years.
Really?
Yes.
I see. Domestic.
I was his companion.
And then you decided to train?
Yes.
Before that? Before you were a domestic?
I was a nurse.
A nurse? Which hospital?
France, mostly.
Oh, my old nanny nursed in the war, as a matter of fact. She was killed at Ypres. Ghastly business. What did you say your name was again?
Barbara Gray.
Really? Well, we call all our nannies by our last name here, you see. Always have done. In fact, it's a sort of thing. So if one was to work for us, one would be known as Nanny Cheddon.
If you don't mind, I'm quite happy with Nanny Gray, Lady Cheddon, or even Nanny Barbara.
Do you mean? Cheddon's a proper name, Nanny. And one can hang on to it, you know, if and when one goes on to another position. One can still be known as Nanny Cheddon, which is frightfully useful because they will know where one's been.
Yes, I know, but I prefer to keep my own identity.
Something they taught you at Hogarth, no doubt.
No, not really.
I must make it perfectly clear that if I do accept you, you will be expected to take sole charge. In the nursery, I mean.
I see. Actually, I was trained... I mean, part of the whole Hogarth philosophy, as it were.
Philosophy?
We were taught to work with the full cooperation of the mother.
Oh, no. Well, that's quite out of the question, I'm afraid, because of my condition. Otherwise, of course, naturally. But since one doesn't have the strength, you will be expected to take absolute charge. Now, there's only the one child, Robin, the boy, who's about 4. You will be paid £75 a year since you have only just completed your training, 1 afternoon off a month, and I'd like you really
One afternoon
Yes,
a month?
yes, and I'd like one to start as soon as possible. Yes.
You wanted to know when 5 minutes was up, my lady.
Thank you, Dorothy. So?
I could start on Monday.
Jolly good.
You need your brains examined. What do you know about this family? They could be anybody.
Sir Anthony Cheddon is the Conservative Member of Parliament for Cheltenham South.
And Joseph Crippen was a doctor.
I don't like it. I can always leave.
I don't know what made you want to do this sort of job.
A woman in my position, there's very little else I could do, is there? I can't type. I don't want to work in a shop, so...
You can iron that white shirt of mine while you're at it. I need it for the parish council meeting tomorrow.
That's when I found that other nightdress.
You need a sight more than night dresses, sleeping in the sort of houses you're going to be sleeping in. Suits of armour will be more appropriate.
Is this the shirt you want doing?
God knows your divorce was bad enough. Won't even use your married name now. The shame of it, what were the neighbours?
No, there's no shame when you're the innocent party.
And now, as if that wasn't bad enough, what does my eldest daughter want to do? Wants to go into domestic service. I don't know. All those dreams we had for you, your mother and I.
Dad, you know as well as I do that being a children's nurse is not the same thing as being a servant.
Really? Emptying the nappies of the idle rich? I'd like to know what else you think that is. And of course, I suppose it never occurs to you that I might miss you.
Oh, Dad. I've got to do something with my life.
Well, let's hope it's the right thing.
Yes?
Nurse Gray, I've come to commence my duties.
Then the entrance which you require is around the side.
I'm sorry, but I do not intend entering my place of employment through the servants' entrance.
You're not expected to, Miss Gray. The servants' entrance is around the back. The staff entrance is to the side.
Thank you.
In future, Nanny, you will be expected to use the correct entrance.
Really? That includes taking the child in and out of the house too, I suppose.
Naturally, in the course of your duties, the correct entrance will be the front one. Thus, Master Rob and his family. You, Nanny, are not. Even I myself am occasioned to use the staff door.
I'll have a word with Lady Cheddon about it.
Her ladyship is not to be bothered with such matters. Such matters fall entirely within my jurisdiction. Dorothy! Kindly show Nanny to the nursery wing.
Thank you.
This way, please.
Nanny, you appear to have forgotten your luggage.
No, I haven't forgotten it. That's mine, all right.
She was completely right to try to stand up to him, because old Webster's a terrible old bully. But actually, his bark's far worse than his bite, actually. I mean, if you don't stand up to him, Nanny Roberts never did, and I used to say to her, I'd say, you stand up to him, Nanny, because old Webster's bark's far worse than his stupid old bite. This is the nursery. She'd never say a word to him, though, Miss Roberts. Nanny Cheddon that was. Mind you, she was a bit of a queer one. Used to keep a pot of pepper under her bed to keep away the devil. You'd be all right then?
Yes, of course.
The night nursery's through that door there. And over here, in the annex like, there's a stove and a wash basin and that. And there's another door leading from the night nursery onto the landing again. So there you are.
Where's Robin? Is he out?
Oh, he usually goes for a walk about this time. Mabel will have taken him. Mabel's the nursery maid. And all I can say to you about her is good luck, because you're certainly gonna need it.
Thank you, Dorothy. Thank you. hello. You must be Mabel.
Suppose I must be, since it's my name.
I'm Nurse Gray. Where's Robin? Isn't he with you?
He's in the toilet. What's all this, then?
Now, what's he look like, Mabel? Nursery tea?
He won't eat any of that.
I trust we don't have manners like that in front of the child.
Trust what you like, Nanny. You ain't had your shins kicked black and blue all afternoon. That child's not well.
Do you mean he's ill?
Ill in the head. You should hear what he's got planned for you.
Oh, well, he's bound to be a little apprehensive getting a new nanny.
Says he's going to set fire to your bed.
Hello, Robin.
Say hello to your new nanny, Master Robin.
It's all right, Mabel.
Say hello to your new nanny, Master Robin.
He doesn't have to if he doesn't want to. He's probably a little shy. I know I am. Come along, Robin, sit down and we'll all have some tea.
Don't want to.
I've made some lovely strawberry jam sandwiches and there's a cake. Come along now.
You do as your new nanny tells you, Master Robin, or it'll be the worse for you.
It's all right, Mabel, thank you. I can manage. Well, I'm going to sit down and have tea, Robin, even if you aren't, because I've just had a very long journey. On a train. Do you like trains? It was a big green one with a red tender. You must be very thirsty after your walk. Wouldn't you like a glass of milk, perhaps? Or there's plenty of lemonade.
Speak when you're spoken to, young man.
Don't you want anything at all?
What does he think he's playing at?
It's all right, Mabel. It's wrong to force a child to do something he quite obviously doesn't want to do.
What?
Well, it's bound to be confusing and disturbing for him.
Little devil, you just leave him to me.
No, Mabel, you leave him to me. You just come and sit down and finish your tea.
You don't want to be like Nanny Roberts. Nanny Roberts had let him do anything he liked.
Well, that was probably Nanny Roberts' way.
Wouldn't be my way. Not with a child that age. Children are full of bad things. Instruments of the devil, they are children. You've got to squeeze the sin out of them.
That's a very old-fashioned point of view, Mabel, besides being a great deal of dangerous nonsense.
Suppose you don't believe in beating them, neither?
No, I most certainly do not.
Oh, yeah? You tell me how you're going to get the sin out of them, then. Only way to make them listen to you.
The very last way to get them to listen to you. Beating a child serves absolutely no purpose at all.
Your first job, this, ain't it?
Why do you say that?
Thought so.
The only result you get from beating a child is one of frustrated resentment.
That a fact? Next thing you'll be telling me is it's bad for him to eat fat. I'll see what that little beggar's up to.
Mabel?
Oh, dear.
Mabel!
I knew the little devil was up to something.
Mabel, let him go, please.
Dirty little pig.
Mabel, will you please let him go? Come along, Robin. Let's see exactly what you've been doing, shall we?
Disgusting little pig.
I won't tell you again, Mabel. Well, now, that's a fair old mess, Robin, but it's hardly what we call the end of the world. Come along, Mabel. We'll have this made again before you can say knife.
Oh, no, we won't, Nanny. Leastwise, not till I get you some fresh bedding. Little pig's done #1 all over it.
Yes? Ah, Nanny.
Dorothy said you wanted to see me, Lady Cheddon.
That's right. Just wanted to make sure you'd settled in all right.
Oh, yes, thank you. Everything's fine. Shall I bring Robin down now to see you?
Good heavens, no, Nanny. We've got people coming.
Oh. Oh, I just thought you might like to say goodnight to him since you couldn't see him at tea time.
I know. Awfully boring, wasn't it? But alas, I was still rather fatigued. You know, he really ought to be in bed and asleep by now.
He says he won't go to sleep until you come up and tuck him in and say goodnight.
Heavens above, what nonsense. He knows perfectly well I never go up and tuck him in. That sort of thing's for you to do, Nanny, isn't it?
Very well. Then I'll tell him you'll see him tomorrow at tea time.
Oh, now tomorrow might be a little awkward. I have to try out a new side saddle tomorrow.
I see. Will that be all then, Lady Cheddon?
Yes, thank you, Nanny. Just wanted to make sure you'd settled in. Nice girl.
Jolly good.
When they came back, very cautiously peeping round the tree, there was old Brown sitting on his doorstep, quite still, with his eyes closed as if nothing had happened. But Nutkin was in his waistcoat pocket. Robin?
Webster, will you please show everyone through to dinner? Right. Nanny, what on earth is going on, please?
I'm very sorry, Lady Cheddon.
Oh, Robin, will you stop doing that? Look at it, you horrid little boy.
I'm very sorry, Lady Cheddon. I thought he was asleep.
I had a bad dream, Mama.
Nonsense. Now, will you please take him back to his room, Nanny, and I don't want this sort of thing happening again.
It's a little difficult since the other door to the night nursery opens straight out onto the corridor.
Then lock it. And lock the other door as well. Didn't Mabel tell you? This child is always to be locked into its room at night.
Everything's going to be all right now. Would you like another story? Oh, well, you just be a good boy and try to go to sleep, hmm? I'm coming to bed myself in a minute.
Nanny,
Yes, Robin?
I hate you.
Always been like this.
I wouldn't know, would I? I'm not a nanny.
I must speak to Cook about that store cupboard.
You might as well try whistle down the wind. Cook eats nannies.
Ah, Nanny.
Good morning, Sir Anthony. Sorry, was something the matter?
Not a thing, not a thing. Want a word with the boy? Up and about, is he?
Yes, he's just getting dressed.
Splendid. Thank you.
What are you smiling about, Mabel?
Because he's going to beat some of that sin out of him. That's what I'm smiling about.
Oh, no. Sir Anthony! Sir Anthony! Sir Anthony! I should have made it quite clear when we first met that I do not hold with corporal punishment.
That's perfectly all right, Nanny. You don't have to beat the boy. My husband does all the beating.
I don't hold with anybody beating children.
Oh, gracious heavens, Nanny, you don't honestly expect me to tell my husband how to behave, do you? Anyway, heavens, we've all been beaten. My husband's nanny used to cane him daily. With cane she cut herself from the garden. And I used to be locked in a darkened cupboard for hours on end and then beaten with my skipping rope. I mean, it never did us any harm.
Then I'm afraid there's no alternative but to hand in my notice.
But whatever for, Nanny? Aren't you happy here?
It's got nothing to do with whether I'm happy or not, Lady Cheddon. It's just that I don't want any of my children, any charge of mine, to be beaten. That's all.
But you can't give in your notice because of that.
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid there's no alternative.
Very well, I shall speak to my husband.
Thank you.
He's not going to like it.
I doubt if your son likes being beaten.
He's only a child, Nanny. My husband is a member of Parliament.
Will that be all, Lady Cheddar?
Yes, thank you, Nanny. That'll be all. Oh, see who that is, would you, Nanny? I may not be in.
Hello? Hesed 315. Who shall I tell Lady Cheddar is calling? Right, thank you. It's Lady Luxborough.
Ah, what fun. Thank you, Nanny. Hello, darling. And how are you this morning? Oh, I know. Wasn't it frightful? We all drank far too much champagne. Yes, I know. Oh, I know. Wasn't he ghastly? He was a writer of all things. Terrible bore. I thought he'd never go home. And now this morning, just to top it all, my new nanny nearly walked out on me. You know, the one I told you about. The progressive one. I know. Can you imagine? The week before Ascot, indeed.
Look, Robin. How well it flies. Oh, look how high it's going.
Robin wants to go.
You want to go, do you, darling? All right. Well, here. You hold it with me. There, that's it. There we are. That's right. Now try holding it by yourself.
Kite gone to Nana.
Oh, dear. Oh, well.
Up in the sky, just like Nana.
Well, don't worry. We'll make another kite. Right. Time for our tea, young man.
I don't want any tea.
Oh, I think you will when you see what I've bought. Golden syrup, and a lovely fresh honeycomb, and a cake with marzipan on it. Dorothy told me you particularly like marzipan. And then after tea, we'll start making a new kite.
Will Nana find our kite?
Who's Nana, dear?
Nana's up in the sky.
Oh, well, if Nana's up in the sky, I'm sure she'll find our kite. And talking of making things, I hear it's your daddy's birthday on Sunday, so why don't we surprise him and make him something nice, hmm? Come on.
So what is it?
It's presents.
See this, Evelyn? What the devil's it meant to be?
It's a present for your birthday, Sir Anthony. Robin made it himself.
Was this the best you can do, old chap? I'd have thought a chap of your age could do better than this.
I think it's rather jolly, actually.
What is?
That thing.
You know, when I was 6, I made my father a pipe rack.
Robin isn't 6 yet, Sir Anthony.
Well, whatever.
Robin's only 4.
Oh, yeah? Well, I'd have thought he could have done a little better than this. Come along, Evelyn.
Oh, surely it's not time to go yet.
Carl will be round in a minute. Cheerio, old chap.
Mum and Daddy going out, Nanny?
Mummy and Daddy are going away, old chap.
They won't be away for long, just a couple of days.
They're going to be away all week, Nanny. It's Ascot week.
Mummy and Daddy are going to watch the Gee-Gees, darling. You know how you love the Gee-Gees.
Can I come?
What on earth would you want to come for? Don't be silly.
Oh, the car's here.
Bye-bye, darling.
Bye, Nanny.
Not too far now, Robin. You know, I don't think the problem really lies with the child at all.
I've got no problems with any of my lot. The only problem I got's with old Mr. Stapleton.
Really? No, you see, the problem as I see it really lies
That's not
with
the father. Not young Mr. Stapleton. I'm talking about the grandfather. Old Mr. Stapleton. Keeps giving me presents. Lucky you. Last week he gave me a lovely brooch. And last night he put his hand up my skirt. Mind you, a man in his 60s is actually quite attractive.
Really? Yes, but to get back to what I was saying...
Sorry, what were you saying?
I said not too far, Robin. There's a good boy. Anyway...
He's also asked me to marry him.
Anyway, I think the problem area isn't with the child at all. I think it's with the parents. And with the mothers. Mothers like Lady Cheddon. The mothers in particular.
Really?
Then on top of that, if the child also has a succession of nannies, well, he hasn't the chance of having any kind of continuous relationship at all, has he? What do you think, Lillian?
I think maybe I will marry him.
There we are. 2 boiled legs.
Don't like boiled eggs.
You like my boiled legs. Wait till you see what's under his hat. You like that egg. He's called His Excellency. And he is the ambassador to England. Go on, tap him on his head and see what happens. Excellent. Now take his top off and see what's in his head. Good Lord, he's full of yum-yum. What a funny man. I bet you 6pence to spend on anything you like.
6pence?
Yes, 6pence, because we're going to Bourton this afternoon to do some shopping, and I bet you 6pence that you can't finish that egg before you eat this bread, or 6pence that you can't eat this bread before you finish that egg.
Dirty little devil. Yet another wet bed. Dirty little devil.
Doesn't matter, Robin. Doesn't matter.
How much of your 6pence have you got left now?
This much, Nanny, 12pence.
Oh, jolly good. Now, while you decide how you're going to spend that, I've got to go and get some stamps. Come along. Four 3 halfpenny stamps, please.
Certainly, Nanny. That'll be 6pence, please.
Right. There we are. Right, come along then, Robin. Robin? Robin! Robin, Robin.
I'm afraid he's still in some sort of shock.
He was as bright as a button all the afternoon.
Yes, I don't know. Don't know at all. When are his parents due back?
Sunday, but I could always get hold of them before that.
There's no real need. No, we can keep an eye on him between us. No, there's no need to worry the parents, particularly since the hospital said there was nothing to worry about. Basically, he's as sound as a bell. A little thin, perhaps.
Well, he has an eating problem at the moment.
You show me a child that hasn't. I can't stop my daughter from eating. No, basically, he's as sound as a bell. Heart, lungs, eyes. The only thing that worries me is it might possibly be epilepsy. It has all the symptoms. We don't want that now, do we?
He's fast asleep, thank God.
Here, I made you some toast.
Oh, just what I need, thanks.
If you ask me, all he needs is a bit of feeding up. Probably passed out through hunger. I used to when I was a kid. You sure you don't mind me sitting up here with you?
Don't be silly. I'm glad of the company.
Isn't it funny? He used to be such a strong little boy and such a good little soul. Till Nana went.
Nana?
His old Nanny, the one I told you about what used to keep the pepper under the bed. Nanny Roberts.
Oh, but she's dead, isn't she? At least, Robin said Nana was in the sky, so I assumed she was dead.
Yeah, that's what his mum and dad told him. I mean, we all thought it was daft. But you see, Master Robin was away staying with his cousin, and when he come back, Nana had left, so they told him she was dead.
But I don't understand. Why should anyone do that?
I don't know. And apparently, they only sacked her because she asked for a raise.
But why should they say she was dead?
Cook says it's 'cause young Master Robin was getting so fond of her, you know. But anyway, she ain't, you know, D.E.D. 'Cause last heard of, she was ailing hearty and got a job somewhere else.
I'm afraid she insists, my lady.
Oh, not now, Webster. One's hardly drawn breath.
She insists it's rather urgent, my lady. Apparently it concerns Master Robin.
Oh. Oh, well, in that case, I suppose we'd better have her in.
I'll go and have my bath. This is obviously going to be women's talk, right?
Ghastly, isn't it? One only has to go away for a second and the whole place falls to pieces. Hello, Nanny.
Nanny? See you later, then. Nanny.
I do hope this isn't going to take forever, Nanny. One's only just been driven all the way back from Windsor.
It won't take very long, Lady Cheddon. It's about your son, Robin.
Good heavens, I know what the little monkey's called by now, Nanny. Oh, Lord.
He was rather ill while you were away.
Oh? Oh, dear. Well, it can't have been anything serious, or you'd have telephoned, wouldn't you?
Well, I would have done, but the doctor said he didn't think it necessary.
Well, there you are, then. Oh, good heavens, Nanny. Children are always getting ill, particularly when their parents go away. Apparently, I used to run a temperature as soon as I saw a suitcase. Can you imagine? How's the little monkey now?
He's much better now, though he still won't talk
There you
about
are,
it.
then.
But
Probably
I
tonsils or something. I used to suffer most dreadfully from my tonsils. Is that all, Nanny?
Actually, he had convulsions and fainted while we were out shopping. Dr. Clutton said he thought it could be epilepsy.
Nonsense. What on earth does Dr. Clutton think he's saying? Epilepsy, indeed. There isn't any epilepsy in this family. You know how it always runs in families. Families like this just do not get epilepsy.
I don't think it's epilepsy.
Well, that's something, isn't it?
I think it's lack of emotional security.
What exactly is that meant to mean, Nanny?
It means that the child is not emotionally stable because of the way he's being brought up. Robin is confused and bewildered. I don't think he's even really sure who his parents are.
Oh, nonsense.
Or even if he is, he certainly isn't sure whether they love him or not. I apologize for having to talk frankly on the matter, Lady Cheddon.
It's perfectly all right, Nanny.
It's just that I honestly believe, for Robin's sake, that we ought to try and clear this up before there's any real harm done. You see, I think Robin is suffering from some sort of trauma.
Trauma? I really don't understand half the things you say, you know.
Something has been upsetting him, is upsetting him now, which would explain the bedwetting.
I thought he'd stopped wetting his bed.
Well, he might have done, but he's started again.
Really thought he'd stopped that. Oh, well, I shall have to talk to his father about this.
You don't have to talk to his father. All you have to do is talk to Robin.
I do hope you are not telling one what to do about one's own child.
Speak to your son. Tell him it doesn't matter if he wets his bed. That will probably be quite enough to stop it. All he needs is a relationship with you and with his father.
His father, Nanny, is a member of Parliament.
Lady Cheddon, Robin is at the moment an only child.
I don't understand what it has to do with anything. One's duty is to give one's husband an heir, Nanny, not a litter.
If Robin is to have any kind of emotional security, then all we have to do is just make sure that he knows he is loved. That's all. That's all the security he needs. That's all the security any of us need.
You're not saying, are you, that one does not love one's child?
No. I'm sure you love your child. He's not sure, that's all.
So how does one do all this? What exactly are you suggesting?
It's simply a matter of giving the child a continuous loving relationship.
I see. Then we'll have to do something about it, won't we?
Nearly. Oh, my goodness, I've rarely seen such a happy young man.
Yes.
You having a lovely game?
Yes.
Oh, I say.
I love you, Nanny.
I love you too, darling.
Nanny found Nana in the post office.
Robin.
Nanny and Master Robin come to say their good nights, milady.
How lovely. Come in, Nanny.
Here we are then, everybody, all ready to go up Wooden Hill and down Sheet Lane.
Good night, Mummy.
There, who said his mummy didn't love him? Who got his nanny back for him?
Oh, what a lovely picture that would make for the Tatler.
Good night, Daddy.
Night, old chap.
Daddy loves you too, doesn't he, Daddy?
That's the sort of thing. Right.
There we are, dear. We mustn't wear poor Mummy and Daddy out, must we? Or there'll be nothing left of them.
Can we play one more game of post offices? Nanny, please, Nanny?
Yes, of course we can, dear. And then Nana will read you Peter Rabbit. Tick-tack-toe, up we all go.
Good night, Nanny.
Night-night, Nanny.
There. Wasn't that lovely? So lovely.
That's the sort of thing.
So nice to have Nanny Roberts back. She was only working over at Borton, you know.
Just hope it's all worth the extra $5 a year. That's all I can say.
You know, I don't think I like that other gal very much.
What other girl?
That other gal, the one who's leaving. Some awfully funny ideas. Still, it's going to be somebody else's problem now. I've given her the most frightfully good references. One was really most awfully sad when the time came to let Nanny Gray go. But it must be said, in all fairness to her, that she had only come to us as a temporary child's nurse, while our own dear family nanny was convalescing after a brief illness. So therefore, I can quite wholeheartedly and most thoroughly recommend Miss Gray to anyone, most notably for the complete and utter dedication she gives to her job, for her complete honesty, her enthusiasm, her diligence, and most of all for her highly refreshing and intelligent attitude as regards the difficult business of helping to bring up one's little ones, an attitude that whoever employs her will find most engagingly captured in her quite remarkable philosophy.